Ever argued with a waiter about a soccer team while ordering Crocodile Tail? Imagine walking into a restaurant where the menu is as unpredictable as the conversations. You sit down, ready for a unique dining experience, and the first thing you notice is the waiter passionately debating the merits of a soccer team with another customer. It's not your typical restaurant banter, but here, it's just the beginning. Buckle up for some surreal dining. The walls are adorned with whimsical art, and the tables are set with the most peculiar utensils you've ever seen. Forks with 3 prongs, spoons shaped like tiny shovels, and knives that look like they belong in a magician's toolkit. The ambiance is a blend of fantasy and reality, making you question if you've stepped into a dream. Waiter, sir, your bill is outstanding. Pay up. The waiter approaches your table with a flourish, presenting the bill as if it were a royal decree. You glance at it and your eyes widen in shock. The numbers don't make sense, and the items listed are even more baffling. Customer outstanding, like a soccer champion. You try to make sense of it all, but the waiter's words only add to the confusion. Outstanding. Are they referring to the bill or the soccer team? The line between reality and absurdity blurs even further. Speaking of, did you see that game last night? The conversation shifts back to soccer, as if it's the most natural thing in the world. The TV in the corner shows highlights of last night's game, and the crowd in the restaurant erupts in cheers and groans, completely engrossed in the action. Waiter, sir, this is no time for soccer. The waiter snaps back to the present, clearly irritated. This is a restaurant, not a sports bar, and there's a bill that needs settling. You owe us 12 flying saucers and a goat head. The waiter's words hang in the air, and you can't help but laugh at the absurdity. Flying saucers? Goat head? What kind of place is this? Customer, goat head? I ordered the Crocodile Tail. You protest, trying to recall your order. You distinctly remember asking for the Crocodile Tail, not a goat head. The confusion deepens. And why are there airplanes in my soup? As if things couldn't get any stranger, you notice tiny airplanes floating in your soup. You point it out to the waiter, hoping for some logical explanation. Waiter, airplanes? Those are just croutons with wings. The waiter dismisses your concern with a wave of his hand. Croutons with wings? It's just another day at the surreal restaurant. Now, about that payment. The waiter's patience is wearing thin. The bill still needs to be paid, and your attempts to make sense of the situation aren't helping. Customer payment. How about I trade you my collection of invisible stamps? Desperate to find a solution, you offer your collection of invisible stamps. It's a long shot, but in a place like this, who knows what might work? Waiter, invisible stamps. This isn't a post office. The waiter's confusion mirrors your own. Invisible stamps. This isn't a post office, and the absurdity of the situation reaches new heights. We take only tangible absurdities, the waiter clarifies, as if it's the most obvious thing in the world. Tangible absurdities? You're not even sure what that means, but you're willing to play along. Customer? Fine. Add a side of kangaroo toes to my order. You decide to embrace the madness, adding a side of kangaroo toes to your order. Why not? At this point, nothing seems too outlandish. And tell me, what's your stance on penguin soccer teams? You can't resist bringing up another bizarre topic. Penguin soccer teams? It seems fitting in a place like this. Waiter, penguin soccer teams? They'd slide right past the competition. The waiter's response is surprisingly earnest. Penguin soccer teams? They'd be unstoppable, sliding past the competition with ease. But back to your unpaid bill. The waiter brings the conversation back to the matter at hand. The bill still needs to be paid, and your whimsical distractions aren't helping. Customer, I'll pay in dreams. How many surreal thoughts for a dessert? You make one last attempt to settle the bill, offering to pay in dreams. How many surreal thoughts would it take to cover a dessert? Waiter, only if they're sweet dreams. The waiter considers your offer, but there's a catch. Only sweet dreams are accepted as payment. Otherwise, it's 20 imaginary dollars. If sweet dreams aren't an option, the bill can be settled with 20 imaginary dollars. It's a surreal currency for a surreal place. Customer, deal. But can you throw in a giraffe with my coffee? You agree to the terms, but with one final request. Can they throw in a giraffe with your coffee? It seems like a reasonable ask in this topsy-turvy world. Waiter, giraffes are only available on Tuesdays. The waiter informs you that giraffes are only available on Tuesdays. It's just another quirk of the surreal restaurant. Now, about that crocodile tail. The conversation circles back to your original order. The crocodile tail is still on the table, figuratively speaking. Customer, forget the tail, bring me a cloud sandwich with a sprinkle of moonbeams. You decide to change your order once more. A cloud sandwich with a sprinkle of moonbeams sounds like the perfect dish to cap off this surreal experience. Waiter, coming right up. But after you settle this bill, the waiter is ready to fulfill your request, but the bill still looms large. It's the one piece of reality that refuses to bend to the absurdity. Invisible stamps won't cut it. The waiter reiterates that invisible stamps won't suffice. The bill needs to be paid in a more tangible form. Narrator. At the surreal restaurant, reality is always on the menu. The narrator chimes in, reminding you that at the surreal restaurant, reality is just another item on the menu. It's a place where the lines between the real and the fantastical are always blurred. Pay up or dream away. The final choice is yours. Pay the bill or drift away into the surreal dreamscape that this restaurant embodies. Either way, it's an experience you won't soon forget.